Hello! Welcome to Q&A 5. This is Q&A 5. Q&A 4 was my personal Q&A. Filming it from a different room. Sorry, when I move my hand, my camera kind of starts to follow it slightly and doesn't know where to go. Great. Filming in a room that I've never filmed in before, which is, I hope it's okay. Hope you all understand why I'm filming in here. Okay, first question. Ready for this? So you want to dread your pubic hair? Well, do I have an answer for you? Okay, I got asked from Chris Thomas from Facebook. He's one of my inboxees from Facebook. And he says, can you dread your pubic hair? Yes. Don't know what you else expect me to say. You can dread your pubic hair. I recommend not to. I dreaded my beard. I got asked this question probably 7 months ago. If you can dread your pubic hair. So I tested it out on my beard. Now, I understand it's a bit uneven at the moment. Just don't focus on that. I had 3 dreadlocks in my beard. Probably about this big. Backcomb, backcomb, backcomb. You don't have to backcomb down there. It may dreadlock itself if you leave it and don't bother with it. But it just mat up together and it will start to stink. A few things, if you want to do it, it's very painful. Alright, backcombing here is very painful. So I'm assuming backcombing down here is going to be even worse. Alright. Also the crocheting is going to be a bit of a pain down there as well. If you're talking about different pubic hair, so your armpits or something, if you've got really long armpit hair, like, I mean I don't have long armpit hair, but if you want to dread your long, you carry on. Bear in mind a few things. 1, the pain. You've got to have a high pain threshold to dread that because it is going to kill. 2, crocheting is going to be very painful because you're pulling hairs, and if you pull a hair on the wrong spot and you pull it too far, it's going to hurt. Just remember that. 3, the major one, the main thing I want to talk about, hygiene. If you dread your head, like I have, like many of my friends have, many people I have, have, then you wash them. You wash them twice a week, 3 times a week. Some people wash them once, twice a month, which is fine. You know, either way is fine. I do. I mean, I've washed mine 2 weeks ago. I don't care. Yeah, so hygiene. You generally should wash every day. Down there. You should have a shower or a bath, or wash yourself at least once a day. I have twice a day, so I shower in the morning, shower in the evening. Always do. So yeah, washing down there is very frequent, and you've got to keep a certain level of personal hygiene. So, I mean, washing your dreads every day is not good. Yeah, obviously you've got to have clean hair to dread. You've got to have nice clean dreads to help them dread up and carry on the process in time. But dreading down there, obviously the hair is more coarse and it's rougher, if you like. And when you wash it, what's going to happen is you're going to loosen up all that hair, and because it's coarse, it's going to fall apart. It's going to just fall apart. It's not as fine as the hair on the head. See, it doesn't knot up as well. So yeah, bear in mind the hygiene. Alright, if you don't wash down there and you've got dreadlocks, if you don't wash down there and you haven't got dreadlocks, it's going to stink. Okay, so just bear in mind that the sweat that you're going to build up during the day when you're walking around and what have you, outside in the hot weather, or you're cold, or you're getting rained on and wet and stuff, you're going to make them either smell and build up an odor, or they're going to itch and fall apart. They're all going to do the same things anyway, so just remember that. Sorry about the light. This is my face. Do the curtain over a little bit. Bam! Yes, so I know it's a dirty subject to talk about, but dreading down there, you can carry on if you want to, but it's going to be very sore and it's going to smell if you don't wash them properly, and it's going to be horrible. Just bear in mind, okay? Hygiene, pain, the crocheting is going to be sore, they'll fall apart, and you've got to use shampoo on them, which I wash mine with shampoo anyway, not as you can tell, but I do wash down there with my shampoo. I don't know why, it seems to clean them quite well. Just a bit of my personal life for you. Enjoy. Don't know what you want to do with that information, but you carry on. So yeah, you can dread them. Alright, so that's the end of the matter. Next question. Oh, cheers Chris. Alright. What do employees think of dreadlocks? I'll make this one quick. Depends on where you work. Depends on your employee. Depends on your employer. Sorry. Depends on your boss. Depends on your manager. Now, before you get them, please talk to your boss, talk to your manager, Unless you already have them when you're going for a job, then you'll obviously get an understanding for what they think of them, where they come from them, and your interview or whatever. So yeah, if you're already working for someone, please ask them and ask them their opinion. Ask what their policy is on having dreadlocks. Ask their opinion on long hair, because obviously when you get dreads, they're going to grow, and you're not going to cut them. Alright, so they're going to grow and you're going to have longer dreadlocks. Bakeries, kitchens, care homes, nurseries, things like that. Hygiene is quite important in that kind of aspect, because obviously you're working with children. You've got to have a certain level of good personal hygiene. You can't have anything dangling that they're going to pull. Care homes, obviously you've got these hoist things and the apparatus that you're going to be lifting and things, and you've got to have a certain level of hygiene for them as well. Not the hygiene for the lifting, but if you get these caught in a hoist or something, then health and safety risks are quite high. So yeah, it's a hazard to waiting to happen. Yeah, so talk to your employer. If you work in an office, sort of behind the public eye, then I can't see it being an issue, but still talk to your boss or employer anyway. If you work in the public eye and you work out in front, like in a bank, or you work in an office type thing where you're interacting with customers, such as a reception in a hotel, or you work in a restaurant that you're out in front of house looking after your customers, then please talk to your employer, because they may have reservations about, they may have reservations about having the dreadlocks in that environment. Please remember that you're going to get looked at differently. In the public, if you work in the public eye, you're going to get looked at differently by all the people that you're going to be meeting during the day in face-to-face confrontation with. They're going to see you differently because you've got these hanging from your head, and they're not as look at that, look how long they are. We're getting long now. Yeah. Yeah, just remember that people are going to see you differently. They're going to look at you differently. They're going to look at you a different eye because you've got dreadlocks, and they're going to think they're dirty and what have you. But that's their personal opinion. They can have whatever they want. So yeah, talk to your boss, talk to your manager. I mean, I went into Tesco a little while ago, or a few months ago now, and one of the employees there from the bakery had dreadlocks. He had them about this long. They were new, they were quite thick, they were quite fat. I knew they were new because they were too neat and tidy to be old. Perfectly new, loads of fray hair, and he had them about 6-7 weeks, I think he had them. And I got talking to him, and he told me that they were fine with it. Even he was working in a bakery in Tesco's, and he had them back in a ponytail, like he had them right back in a ponytail, and I'm talking like right up, but they were quite long. So yeah, he had them right back. He also had a hairnet over them. He had them in a ponytail, hairnet over them, and then he had the hairnet wrapped around with a rubber band, and not a rubber band, like a hairband in the end. So it was all neat and tidy back, and he had a little baker's hat on. So yeah, I do recommend talking to your employer. He said it was fine with his employer at the bakery, so I'm assuming that's acceptable in most places like that, just as long as they're covered up. Obviously you don't want any hair getting in any food and stuff. Obviously it's again health and safety and hygiene and stuff. So yeah, that's it. Talk to your employer, talk to your boss, ask their opinion on it, and just go with the flow. Do try and convince them that they're not dirty. Try and convince them to watch some videos on dreadlocks, and perhaps invite them to see someone, invite someone you know to talk to them who has dreadlocks or something, if you do. If not, find some information and just hand it to them and say, oh look, this is what dreadlocks are, they're not dirty, this is what I will be doing to them, and I will keep them neat and tidy, and I'll wear a ponytail, I won't let them out in public if that's the case. Dread bands can cover your entire dreads anyway, so if you recommend that kind of thing, I'm sure they wouldn't have an issue. But again, entirely up to the personal interviewer, or your employer, or your boss, or your line manager or something. They'll all have a certain view on it. Alright, so yeah, that wasn't from anyone in particular, that was just a question that was sent through my website. Basically, most people will just send a question through and just leave their name off, and just send it through to my email address, and it'll come to me as just a question. And yeah, so that's my 2 questions for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Not exactly exciting, I know, some videos out there are more exciting than this one. But hey ho, I do it my way, and if you don't like it, it's tough. I want to direct you all to the bottom here. You can comment, like the video, double like it if you can. Like, yeah, comment below if you have any questions, any comments on my question answers. If you have any question videos, you could do a personal video. You can ask me a question and post it down below as a video, and I will reply as a video response. I want to send you all to DreadTube 24/7 also. and I'll put it here, DreadTube 24/7. And that's my new channel with a couple of colleagues and a couple of Dread friends. We're going to be doing this kind of thing, but on a personal level, and we're going to do it as more in depth than what this is. So yeah, go up here, ding, and also go here to watch my last video. Don't know if they're going to be here, but I'll put them there anyway. And I'll see you all again. Goodbye.
See you later.